Yeah. All right. What's up, guys? We are live and
Hey,
we are here.
no,
Yeah, we're live. What's up, PitchGrounders? And here we are with the team of Swipe Bucket here on another webinar to take you through this incredible tool. And we've got this amazing founding team here with us, all three of them today. So there's four of us today here on this webinar. And it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm sure you guys are all from all over, different parts of the world right now. So welcome, Nikki, Ursha, and Sam, the founding
hey,
team of Swipe Bucket, here onto the webinar. And I think it's our first webinar together. So how are you guys doing?
well, we're good. We're
We're
good.
good. Ready to do this.
Super
Yeah.
excited. Yeah, super excited.
Awesome, awesome. So we got four of us here today. So a lot of insights to take in. It's going to be an incredible session. Tell us a little bit about you guys. Where are you guys tuning in from right now?
I'm in New York City.
New York City.
I am from India, Calcutta. So
Awesome, awesome. Guys, wherever you are tuning in from right now, let us know if there's anybody who's tuning in from India or America. Good morning to you guys in New York, and good evening to you guys in India. So this is the Swipe Bucket webinar. So a lot of you guys have been looking forward to this tool because it's probably one of the biggest, number one productivity tools that I've seen out there. And I'm sure you guys can all relate to me, especially as marketers or traders, as hustlers. We're always looking for inspiration on the internet. I've dealt with this problem so much. If you guys take a look at my desktop, you'll see it cluttered with screenshots and downloads and saves and bookmarks. I don't even know what I have anymore. It's like I have so many great things to look at, but it's just so cluttered. I don't even know what's there anymore, right? And it just becomes a mess, and we have no idea what to do with it. And that's where you guys have come in, and you guys have found a solution to this problem and have made organizing and saving inspiration from the internet so easy that any entrepreneur, creator, marketer, whatever it is, coder, you're able to go through your files with ease and completely, organize it, make sense of it, and access it from all over across the cloud. So I'm super excited to hear this, to get into it and how to use it. Before that, so we've got the founding team, Nikki, Ursha, and Sam. Could you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves? So, you guys have a plethora of experience. You've been doing a lot of things before this. Tell us a little bit about yourselves. And yeah, the audience would love to know a little bit about your backgrounds.
Sure.
Nikki, you can go first.
Sure. I basically come from a music background. I've worked with pretty much every major recording star in the USA. I still do with Universal. And one of the things that besides doing that, I was doing a lot of marketing things too on the side. I had a couple of sites that were music related that I've sold. And basically, for me, when I was thinking about this thing, me and Sam, I'm going to talk about this more later, but me and Sam have been working together with Universal. We built some software for them to find artists and just be able to aggregate everything to see where they are on the charts and all that kind of stuff. And we basically, we were going crazy. I would take full-page screenshots, all this kind of stuff. And I didn't know like where it was. I never look at it again. So that's how that was the birth of this idea. In terms of my background, it was mostly in the music area. The software we built was sold to Universal. And although we still work with them, we have a part of it. It was sold to Universal. So that's basically how that was most of my life was in the music area. Then I got into the marketing and software area, in particular when I met Sam. And then Ursha, we've done some products on like e-commerce on Amazon. We've had a successful product there. She's done some things like with, she'll tell you, so I don't want to jump ahead. That's basically my background, mostly in the music area. And I could talk about that more of how I use it in that respect later. I think that's meant to me, basically.
Okay. Okay, I guess I can tell you something about me. Originally come from Slovenia. I got to the United States on a modeling contract with Ford. We had a contest in Slovenia and I won that, so that's how I got here. After modeling, I was also in the music industry and marketing, and that's how I met Nikki. And after that, I had a rice business from India, so it was called Skinny Rice. And after that ended, Nikki and I did a bunch of projects on Amazon. So that's in short.
okay, now it's my turn. I will keep it very short. So we are basically a software company consisting mostly of nerds who are all like passionate about technology. That's it. Like, and so we have been working for different clients from all over the world for the past 15 years. Suddenly it occurred to us like, yeah, we are building softwares for the clients. Why don't we build something of ourselves? So we teamed up with my one of the oldest and biggest client, that's Nikki, and he's now my best friend. So, and we started our dream going. So here we are, and let's see. Yeah.
Yeah. We can't hear you, Nihal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Can you guys hear me now? Sorry, I think it was on mute.
Yeah.
But absolutely, those are some amazing. I love the dynamics. I love how you guys have all been working with each other for a long time, and I'm sure all this has really come together to create this brilliant product. So before we kind of get into what Swipe Bucket, the presentation, could you tell us a little bit about what is Swipe Bucket, and what is the inspiration behind that? Because you guys have a little come from a little different backgrounds, from music and from different areas of life. How did Swipe Bucket and the idea of it come into play?
Well, this was basically Nikki's genius idea, and I really wish that I had it when I started doing marketing, because it's what Swipe Bucket does is it's the ultimate tool to save anything with one click, basically, is what I would say about it. And I just froze.
There was a lot of like frustration that we had, even when doing projects with Sam, we would always be on the phone. We'd always like have ideas. We'd swipe them and we put them somewhere, and then we'd be like, oh, where was that? Or there was something a month ago that we swiped. We were going out of our minds. So me and Sam at that point were trying to find solutions. We were working on another project at the time, which was an Amazon program. And, we said, well, what can we do with this? So we got together, pounded our heads together, and came up with this idea. Because basically the thing that really, really is the most amazing thing about this is that you have one tool. I swipe everything, including like funnels, for example. I would do full page screenshots. I had to take the screenshot, save it to my desktop, drag it over to Evernote or whatever, and I would have a million things all over the place, and I wouldn't even know where they are. So that was the first thing that we really wanted to solve. So Swipe Bucket puts everything in one place. You could tag it, you could put it in a bucket, you could always find it. In addition to that, which we'll talk later, it will also remind you randomly of your Kindle notes or anything you swipe, whether it's a screenshot, whether it's a Facebook ad, whether it's an Instagram ad, whatever it is. I'm going to get reminders in my email every day. So I'll see something I swiped that I totally forgot about a month ago, 2 years ago. And I'll be like, oh, that was a great idea. And you see how it relates to the projects you're doing now. And you get some really great surprises. Sometimes we're in a project and all three of us are sitting there pounding our heads, and we each get our own email. And we're like, you know what? That would work great in this. And we would have never revisited that otherwise. It would never have happened. So that's what we solved. And I think we do a really good job at it. We use it like crazy, on all our projects now.
I have a friend who uses it in real estate, which is actually really helpful to save listings and see where they are and find them immediately. So it's very helpful from what I hear.
Yeah, and I even use it for because I still sign artists, to Universal. We find out artists, and I even use it for that. I have like at least 50 artists. I put them all in there, and I'm constantly revisiting them to see when they're ready to maybe present them to the record company.
Absolutely, and I think what I love the most is when founders actually use their own tools that they built. I think that's one of the best things, and it creates such a level of trust. And it's amazing that you guys are using your own product and you love it so much and with so much passion. So I cannot wait to dive into this, learn more about it. I love, especially when you said that, so many times we download things or we bookmark things and we kind of just get lost into what we actually have. So many times they just get misplaced. They're just cluttered. And the fact that you guys have reminders set in place, you can even swipe things like, Kindle highlights, Instagram funnels, ads, different listings, everything. The list is endless, and the way you can use this is it's endless possibilities. So with that, Arsha, over to you. We really want to see this presentation and see a little bit about the team, what's behind the tool, and what is the pitch counter is really going to be looking forward to. So the stage is all yours, and I hand it over to you. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna just talk about a couple of the features here.
Yeah.
I know, Richard, you had some comments that you had written down.
So I had I've just shared the screen. I think it's moved over to like the second or third slide. If you guys want to take it back really quick.
Take it back.
Yeah, to the first slide.
Okay. That slide.
Yeah. Wherever you guys want to start from. Yep.
Okay.
So why we did it, right? Is that where we're starting from?
Yeah. So
okay.
A lot of it we touched on a little bit. What we did was thinking about, we basically built it before the problems we had. Like, you know, we didn't realize it was a problem for everybody this big. You know, it was just when other people would, you know, see us doing it and we'd show it, then people would jump in. But a lot of the problems were, we had, you know, if we just go through this, we wanted to simplify saving and managing content in one place. So we didn't want it in 15 different places. We want to be able to organize it, and you know, if I need to search for it, I could find it in 2 seconds. I didn't have to open up 10 softwares because I have things all over, or notes in my Apple Notes or whatever, Evernote, and some things in Apple Notes, and some things in an email, and some things all over the place. So we put it all in one place. That was the first thing that we really trying. You know, we had to have a system so you can quickly find everything without having to remember everything, if that makes sense. Like, if I have to find something and I don't remember what I need to search for to even find it, that's a problem. So with this way, with the tags and all that, I could find anything. If I know that it's a full page screenshot and it's related to marketing and it's related to Amazon, I could just search those parameters, and there you go. I find everything related to that. So that was one of the main things. The reminders we talked about a little bit. A big problem is that you save stuff, you swipe, especially if you're doing swipe buckets and swiping in marketing. Facebook ads, for example, you want inspiration, or even copywriting, or even websites. You know, you want to find this, you want to get inspiration from it, but usually when you swipe it, you might not use it right then. You might use it months later. So you need to have a system where you can go back and say, I swiped this for a reason. What was it? Do I like this? Do I want to use it in what I'm building right now? And the reminders really serve to do that really, really incredibly well. It's one of my favorite features personally. And in addition, even things like Kindle Notes. You have notes and you have Kindle highlights, and you have 1,000 books and you have 300 of them with things. This email comes in every day with as many as you want. 3 highlights from a book, 10 highlights from a book. Same thing with the bucket. So that was a really big thing, the reminder system. Basically, you don't forget anything ever again. You're gonna be reminded of it at some point. You know, so that was as we just talked about on the Kindle Notes and highlights. You know, we made it very simple. It's one click. Almost everything is simply one click, and you save it. There's not anything. Literally, you see the swipe bucket icon. You click on it. It's saved, and it's in. You don't have to drag it to save it. Nothing. It's in your bucket. And on the extension itself, you can add your tags. You don't even have to go to the software. You could add your tags. Soon you'll be able to make even new buckets. You could select the buckets, but you'll be able to make even a new bucket in the extension. And we'll show you the extension during the presentation. It's like a dashboard. It's pretty amazing. And that's really was born out of that frustration is what that was definitely me on the left. That's for sure. I was going crazy, and Sam was a little more organized than me, and even he was waiting, but I was going nuts. What email was that in? And
I think I'm the most disorganized.
Yeah. Ursula's very good. She remembers things really, really great. You know,
except with live presentation, then I freeze.
Yeah, that's all right.
That happened before.
Yeah, that's all right.
Sorry, guys.
So that was definitely me on the left, and I could say it really is a moment. I mean, it's a pleasure to use it, and I know that I'm a founder with these guys, but I love using it. It just makes it so easy. I don't know how to say that any better than if you use it, you're never, you know, you could open up your iPhone and immediately find anything. You can open up anywhere you are, and anything you're looking for, you'll find it in 2 seconds. It's really powerful.
Yeah,
Anything
no.
Sam, you want to elaborate more on that? Maybe you have some ideas.
No, we are fine. We are good. Yeah, at this point of time. Yeah.
Okay.
We covered.
All right, awesome. No, this looks really amazing, and I would love to dive in and kind of see how it's being used. So thank you so much for that presentation. So a few questions. How like once you kind of save things from the internet now? So I know it's used. So this is actually a Chrome extension, right? How exactly does it work? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. It's a Chrome extension. It's pretty robust, and what it has menus on there, which if you're in Facebook, you'll see a little icon, and you'll see all this. And you'll see a little swipe bucket icon. You click on it, and it immediately will open up the extension, and you can either change a bucket or you just save it to the default bucket. You hit swipe it, and you're done. It's really that simple. In addition to that, if you're on Wikipedia or on a website and you want to highlight some text and save it, or you want to take a part of that website or even the full page screenshot, you're going to see that menu right on the extension itself, and you simply click it and it's swiped. It's that simple.
Absolutely awesome. And once you kind of actually we'll take some few of these questions later. So I know you have a video that you prepared that kind of shows us how it's actually used. So can you go ahead and
sure. We were going to talk about. I mean, it's perfect for a lot of uses. I'm just going to the slides because we're a little out of water. But let me just find the slide. But so you can see, it's got different people can use it for different things.
Yeah.
But let me just find the slide. This is basically what we talked about before. These are some of the things that we do, and we're constantly adding to this, new sites and stuff like that. But basically, this is the premise that we just spoke about. And this is again that. I'm just over to the video. Just bear with me.
No issues. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the video here. So it's on Chrome, right? Where's Chrome? Okay, so should I play the video now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's get started. The first thing I want to call your attention to is the Chrome extension. Because I'm in incognito mode here and it's a dark theme, you can't really see it here. We are working on the dark theme, so whether you're in a dark theme or the regular light one, you will see it. That's coming very shortly. But we click on this extension basically, and it gives you all the options. And then when you're in one of these options, it's like a dashboard, a mini dashboard that lets you quickly do whatever you need to do with it. Swipe a ad with a screenshot, highlight text, save a URL. It's all right there. You don't have to go anywhere else. But the first thing we're going to do, we're going to swipe this video ad right here. And because it's a video ad, it's going to give you instructions here. Once you know this, you don't need to open that up. Because it's a little bit different because it's a video ad, because Facebook does not allow you to do it. Basically, I believe we're the only ones that are able to do this at this point, but I'm not quite positive, but I'm pretty sure we're the only ones available to do that. So we come back to the ad, we click this, you'll get the instructions, you shut off that, and the instructions say to open up this menu here. Once you open up that menu, it tells you to go to the embed menu. And let's wait for Facebook to load this. Okay, so we hit embed. Once we hit embed, it's going to open this up, and at that point we could swipe it. We click on the swipe bucket icon, and you hit swipe it. Now that's taken, and I can actually go hit view post, and I can see the ad we just swiped inside of swipe bucket. It uploads very quickly, and there it is. And as you can see, you can play the ad. You have all the content, So that's basically the way you do anything in terms of swiping an ad or whatever in Facebook. So for example, let's go over here. Let's do an image ad. Let's try to find an image ad somewhere. This is a video, which brings me to another point. That you could also swipe personal posts. So if you want to swipe this, it's the same process, but in this case, it's not a video, so you simply swipe it. And that will also be now in Swipe Bucket. And that's the same exact process for an image ad. And there it is, all the copies saved. Let's now go back. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, what I'd like to do is find an image ad for you. Hopefully there is an image ad here somewhere. Okay, let's just find an image. Let's refresh this. Okay. This looks like it's an image ad. Okay, so we just simply click on the swipe thing. Now, notice something here. This is not an error message, it's an alert. Because this ad has more copy underneath here, it says see more. In order to copy, to swipe all these words in the copy, it's telling you open up that see more in order to capture the copy and swipe again. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to simply open up that, and then we're going to swipe it in one shot. And this is swiped now. This is now in Swipe Bucket. You have saved that basically one click. It's so fast, it's crazy. And my computer is running slow now, so usually this is a lot more fast. But as you can see, we saved all the information, all the copy here, everything, including the call to action. It's all there. So I'm going to move on from that. What should I show? Why don't I show a YouTube? I thought I saved a YouTube here. We'll find out in a second. Let me close that. Oh, here's a YouTube. Yes, I did save it. So this is our YouTube ad now. So it's not an ad, actually. It's just a video. So you can see this is a video. The same process. The Swipe Bucket icon is there. Simply click. It tells you to swipe it. And then you can view the post. I do want to show you something more there, that you can, and we're actually making that now. You have swiped this now. This is there now, so you have it saved, and we're going to get into this later. But you could tag this. You can make your own buckets. We're going to have nesting tags. We're going to have nesting buckets. Buckets are basically like a file, a folder. But we're going to get into that in a little bit. So let me come back here. I just want to show you one thing. When you're here and you want to swipe this, once you click that and this opens up, you have options. You can put it in buckets that you've made, and then very, very shortly you're going to be able to make your own bucket here, a brand new bucket if you haven't made it, in addition to entering tags, any tags you want, or make a new tag. It's all going to be there for you. So you're not going to need to go to the software to do that. You can make a completely new bucket, completely new tags, or use the tags that you had already. Let's move on. Let's close that. And why don't we go to Wikipedia just to show you a few things. Actually, we can go back to, we'll find that. Okay. If I if I click on the icon here, which I know you can't see very well right now, it's usually white, but it's just doing some strange things in incognito, and we're going to take care of that real quick. And like I said, we're going to have dark mode as well. So the extension, when you open it up, works for the dark mode. But let's say I want to swipe just a couple of words. I just need to save. So I'll hit highlight text and save. This comes up here. All you have to do is select. And once you select words, the Swipe Bucket icon is there again. You just click it again and swipe it. And now you've saved that for whatever you want to save it to, and for whatever reason, all the words are there. You're all set. You're done. Okay. You can also, let's close this. We don't need to swipe more words, but let's open up the extension again. Let's say I want to do a regional screenshot. I can simply click regional screenshot. I could select what I want to save. As soon as I do that, it asks me to swipe it, and boom, I've done it. And I can view post again, and you would see it there. We should do a full page screenshot, and that takes a little bit longer probably, but I'll get to that in a second. Save URL is pretty easy. You just hit save URL, and it's going to save this URL for you. And I'll show you that. They all go into buckets, which we'll get into in a little bit. Why don't I try to find something to save as a full page screenshot? Why don't we go to, let's see, this is probably a long page right now. I don't want to take too much of your time. So let's say I want to save this, this page. Or actually, I should find a website of some sort, I imagine. So why don't I do, anybody have any suggestions? Okay, let's do a full page screenshot. I'm not really sure what this page is, but okay. So we open up the extension. Everything starts from there. We hit full page screenshot, and this is going to take a little longer than regular. This is not a very long page, so it shouldn't be too crazy. But as you can see, it's scanning on its own, the page. I'm not doing anything. It's scanning it. Now it's asking me to swipe it. I could do a bucket or whatever I want, or at the tag if I wanted. I hit swipe it, and now we can view this full page screenshot is now in swipe bucket. So you have saved it. You don't have to save it to your desktop and then drag it into Evernote or into anything else. It does it all in one shot for you. And there's your screenshot. So I think those are the main things. I mean, you can do Twitter, you can do so many things. So many of these we have done this with. We're doing LinkedIn very shortly. You can do WhatsApp messages even, and we're constantly adding to that. So, but I do want to show you that here. I saved everything in the default. You have many options. You can simply delete here. You can move to a different bucket. You can drag them to a different bucket if you wanted to. Everything's very simple, very easily, nicely laid out. If I look at what this looks like, this is what it looks like in Swipe Bucket. If you recall, we swiped this Russell Brunson ad. And this is where you can add your tag. So I can add, say, blue here. And I can be done with that. If I want to add, I could also add, let's do another one just so I can show you something in a little bit about the searches, and we're expanding that as well. So now I have two tags in here. So if I go up here and I hit tags, I could simply hit blue and it'll find any tag that has blue. We're going to have multiple things that you could do. So you can say, I want this tag and this bucket. That's all coming. And obviously, if you tag, if I have this post and I want to star it, it will always be in the star. And we also have a section here just for convenience. Anything you recently updated or recently swiped will be in one of these two things automatically, so you can find it very easy later. These are buckets I've made. You can make more buckets. We just go create bucket, test, and that's it. And now you have the test bucket there, and you can, that will be in the extension, and you could pick it. But as I said, you're going to be able to do all that from the extension, so you don't even have to come in here to do that. Let me show you the Kindle. The Kindle's interesting. Here on the Kindle, these are some of my books that I had highlights in. I don't use colors. That's why you only see one, but it saves the colors. It even saves your notes. The first time you import it will take a little longer. We are working actually on a much faster way to do that, and for it to do it automatically, and for it to simply upload any changes to it, which is going to be fantastic. But all your notes are here. Everything's here. It's pretty amazing, particularly when I tell you about our reminder system, which is pretty unique. But you can go to, all your notes are here. You could share these notes with somebody. You can share anything, a bucket, a particular post, a bucket. And the other unique thing is that we have, if there's another swipe bucket user you want to share something with, I don't know if anybody shared anything with me. Oh yeah, these are all shared with me. These were not notes that I made. This was all shared with me by as you can see, by Sanka. And if I want to take it out of shared and I want to stick it in my bucket, I want to save this. I'm sorry, I opened it up by accident. Let's do that again. If I want to take this note and stick it in there, I could just drag it over. That's what am I doing here? There we go. Okay, something's a little buggy here, but generally that's how it works. It works the same way as it works when you have a note here. You can simply drag it there. So that's something I'm going to look into. There's a little bug there, but so you can take a shared note. Anybody that shares something with you, it automatically shows up here exactly like he or she did it, and you could then save it to your bucket, or you could leave it in shared notes and then do whatever you want with it. Star it, tag it, share it, whatever you want to do. And that's also for the Kindle notes. You can do that with the Kindle notes. There is a feature that I'm going to show you. Let me see if I have it open. I do. This, every day you get a digest. Basically, you get an email digest. So it's going to randomly take something from your buckets and your lists, what you swiped, basically, and it's also going to take Kindle notes. And it's your choice what buckets you want, or all the buckets, what Kindle books you want to get notes from, etc. So you'll see this. The top half is always things you swiped. This is all stuff that's been swiped. And then the second half is the Kindle's highlights. As you can see, these are books. It gives you the author. So you basically, there's two sections to this email. And it's pretty phenomenal because you get this every day randomly, meaning random book highlights or notes and random swiped cards. So let me show you that. You get to pick that because here in settings, if I go to your settings now, in your settings now, you have this. You could stop the data review if you don't want to receive it. If you do want to receive it, it's giving you the option. How many do you want to receive every day? Do you want to, this is the buckets now, and this is the Kindle section underneath here. So how many of these in this daily email do you want to receive? You know, I can put 3, I could put 5, I could put any amount you want here. In addition to that, I could take particular buckets and say, only pull it from this bucket and this bucket. Don't pull from some other bucket that you don't need to get a daily digest from. And the same thing with books. I can get it from all the books, or I can deselect books, or I can pick the books I only want to get it from. The amazing thing about this, it has so many uses. You know, obviously for marketers like many of us are, we can get ideas. We swiped something 5 months ago that was really interesting to us, and then we never look at it again. We forget about it, to be honest. And then all of a sudden you get get an email and it's showing it to you again, and you remember it again. And it's pretty powerful. It's one of the main reasons we built that feature into this. But that's, you know, if you're a housewife or if you like cooking, maybe you get a random recipes every day, or if you like quotes, random quotes every day. That there's just so many uses for this, and you could stop it if you want. It's one of my favorite features by far. So I can't say enough about that. It's definitely something I love. Let me just go back and make sure I didn't miss anything on the dashboard. We showed the Kindle. These are all your books. This is the tags that we just made. Then you could always search and whatever's there. You can search obviously with a tag or anything. So if I'm here and I search, what was the tag? Red, I think. It'll show anything that has the word red in. So if I do blue, this is blue. And this is going to be expanded vastly as well. We have a lot of things planned. So, well, one of the things we have planned that I should mention now is that for agencies and people that have, employees, we're going to have a way for you to buy an account and have complete permissions of adding other people. So if you have 10 seats, you'll be able to add and control what they see. You know, everything gets shared automatically to whatever bucket you want them to see. So it's going to be really interesting, because if you're working on a project, they're going to be able to see this all automatically. And they could swipe and share with you, and they don't have to send it to you. It just automatically will be there. So there's a lot of like exciting features coming. I think that's, I am sure I'm leaving a lot of things out. Obviously, you can share your notes with someone like we talked about. As much as they're sharing with you, you can do the same. As well as you can share a note by email or something. You can move a note. You can do all that kind of stuff. We're going to have editing at some point again. We had to take it out because of Facebook changed their code, but we're going to put it back as soon as we upload it. But if you open up this store, it is open. Okay, you can share it from here if you want it. If you hit share, you can put an email address. If it's a swipe bucket, someone that has swipe bucket with that email, it will automatically go to their swipe bucket, and they'll also receive an email. If it's not, they'll just get it shared that way. And we have Facebook and all kinds of stuff like that. One other important thing I did not show, but it's ultra convenient. Like if I swipe this now, this was, I believe we highlighted this and took these words, and then I'm like, what website did I get this from? You simply got to click that, and you're right there. You're right back. It takes you to the original website. It's always there for you to go back to. And I think that's enough for now. There are a lot of features. I'm sure you guys will have questions, and we're looking forward to answering them. So let's wrap this up, and let's move on to the next part of this webinar. And thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get started. The first thing I want to call your attention to is the Chrome extension.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was so in depth, and I think we covered everything. And so are you guys able to hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. And wow, that was one powerful tool. I love everything that I saw in there. I can't wait to use it for all my stuff as well. Me being the social media marketer as well, over here at PitchGround, I'm I'm always constantly going through different accounts, different feeds, different funnels, different landing sites to get inspiration. And the way that it can really empower me in my workflow is just incredible. Not only that, but I love how you guys also mentioned that whether you are a creator, if you're somebody who loves talking about recipes, you can go and swipe down all the different recipes. You can easily share with your teams. There are ways to empower your entire team as an agency or a small startup where you guys are sharing similar buckets where you have all your inspiration coming into through one place. And obviously, I know, Nikki, you mentioned this so many times, your favorite feature, which is getting the newsletter, and you're never going to forget anything. So absolutely incredible. Guys, that was the entire walkthrough. So if you guys have any questions, let us know in the comments below. So we have a few questions coming in, and we're going to answer all these. And you guys can also check it out. If you guys want to go check it out, it is there at pitchground.com/product/swipe bucket, and you're going to find all the details right over there. So awesome. What we want to know is, one, there's a question: how are some of the ways that you've seen people really use this to enhance their business or their productivity? Like some unique ways that you could really use this that we probably wouldn't have thought of apart from what you guys have shared from us.
I would say I've seen people like break it up into projects. So this way you have a project, for say you're a painter or something, and I've seen people use it as shopping lists, believe it or not, separate shopping lists. Like Ursha uses it for like cooking and stuff like that, recipes. I've done it in the past where I put my quotes in there, because I love quotes. So every day I get a digest of quotes. So it's a nice way to wake up in the morning. Businesses could use it in a ton of ways, whether you're going to separate your screenshots, you're going to separate your Facebook ads, you're going to separate your Instagram ads. You have another separation of copy, different kinds of copy. It's really unlimited. Maybe Sam has some ideas too, something I haven't mentioned.
Yeah, the way I used, like, specifically was when I was going, like, when I was developing, like, it was in a beta stage. I use Swipe Bucket, like, to get my stuff organized, basically, like, what we are working on, what other peoples are working on, like, all the informations together. Like, I used to create the buckets specifically on those terms. Say, like, okay, this is not working, Facebook is not working, guys, so you need to, like, this is where it's wrong. So I used to take like a screenshot or a semi screenshot, and I was just sharing with them, and that's the utility of the whole, like, that's the purpose of the whole software. So it's basically unlimited users. Like, even like, I am a, like, professional designer, so that, like, anything interesting that comes up in the internet, like, I properly save it, like, and I in my desktop, where when I save it in my MacBook, like, I don't remember which place I have set. So it's better, like, I hit with the tags, I hit with the folders, like, I have everything organized, and we are through. So,
And the beauty is you're organizing it as when you swipe it. So it's not like you have to go back and organize it. It's done. You're finished. So that's the beauty of that. And it's also good, if you remember, Sam, when we were building this, we had quite a lot of students that were using
yeah,
it.
exactly,
They were putting
exactly.
textbooks in there and getting the digests and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Even though, like, what we have also taken care of web.whatsapp.com. So people who use WhatsApp a lot, like, in their desktop, like, everything would be saved, like, all the notes, all, any documentation, everything would be saved automatically with the single click. So we have also
Very
considered that.
And Ursula was using it, but when she was doing, like, the extension of a product with the rice product she was doing. She was putting all the different vendors with their notes in there in a different bucket.
Mhm.
So she had everybody laid out. She would just click on the bucket and she knew where she was and what she sent them, and what it was. It was pretty amazing.
Mhm.
Absolutely awesome. That's, there's so many cool ways to use it. I'm sure there's gonna be so many new ways coming out. I even remember Nikki and Ursha, when we had gone on a call, I think 2.5 weeks ago, we were talking about how we can even probably, save up some pickup lines from Valentine's Day. Maybe swipe,
Yeah,
maybe swipe some
that's
things from
right.
Tinder or Bumble, and kind of organize those as the top tip pickup lines that actually work and the lines that don't work. And I think that's
Wow,
gonna
your
be.
memory is really good. I remember that.
So yeah, awesome. So guys, we have one more question coming in. Maybe so the question is, can you tell us a little bit more about the roadmap and what we can expect, kind of seeing in the future as we move ahead?
Sure, I'm very proud of the way this team works. The rest of the team is not. They're watching it, but they're not on with us. But me, Sam, and Ursha, we come up with these ideas at 4 a.m. And I will tell you, in all honesty, sometimes we wake up at 7 and they did it. It's like the fastest team I've ever seen, but they're so dedicated, and there's never a, like, oh, we got to do this. It's like this enthusiasm is just amazing. So we have a lot of things planned. The agency thing is something that we've getting requested, and we've already started working on that, which is going to allow you to have the seats, decide to share with what teammates. And the minute you put something in that bucket, your whole team will get it. You won't have to send it to them. You don't have to do anything like that. We have a lot of enhancements with the Kindle, where there's going to be a little AI sort of thing going on there. So it sees what you're reading on the Kindle and tries to recommend things that are very relevant to you. We're doing those kind of things. Just off the top of my head, Sam, feel free to jump in. If I know there's so many. We got a big roadmap, so if you want to jump in, if anything you remember. We are constantly, like, the roadmap on the website doesn't even show half the stuff we're doing because we do them so fast sometimes, But we have a lot of big things and a lot of small things that are being done.
I think another very important point that we missed out was, like, we are swiping different cards, like, we are taking in different parts and parcels of different things from the internet. Now, if you want to create something original from those, like, we are having an option called project, create
Right.
a project. So you can merge all the cards that you have saved from different buckets, and you can merge into one and create your own project. So that's what another very important point we are working on. So that
And
that
that's
would be
live
live
now as a beta, right? We have that
yeah,
live.
that's
right now.
in
We haven't
beta. Yeah.
discussed it at all, but so basically you can make a presentation and export it, where you could take your notes that you think, drag them in there, do whatever you want, and then export it and send it to somebody as a presentation. I'm trying to remember because we have so many things, but there's as far as like new features, we have like a ton of them coming up and really cool stuff.
Absolutely. Some incredible things to look forward to, and I cannot wait to see all of them. And guys, with that, I'm going to take you guys. So are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. So we are over here on the guys, for the PitchGrounders, everybody who's tuned in right now to look at the lifetime deal that is there on PitchGround. So this is your page. So you got to head to, and we are giving you the lifetime deal on the entire swipe bucket at $59 for for your lifetime. And this includes things like you got one user, you got 5 GB of cloud space, unlimited notes and social saves, unlimited buckets, tags, imports, Kindle highlights, different swipes, screenshots, unlimited saved URLs, save full pages, and regional screenshots. You can sync unlimited devices. You've got your Chrome extension. It works on your mobile app for iOS and Android, and yes, it is available for stacking as well. So this is your page, and you can come check it out. Everything's over here. And yeah, with that, I think that covers everything for today's webinar. So guys, if you have any other questions, you can always reach out to us. You can leave a comment down below on the stream, or you can reach out to the team as well. Nikki, and if they want to reach out to you directly, is there a way that they can do
Just
that?
write support at swipebucket.io, and
Okay.
we'll get it. We all monitor it. All of us. Well, we're really truly a team, so everybody's like on it. By the way, I don't know if anybody wants the URL. If they want to rewatch that video, maybe we could post it, or
We can we'll link that in the comments of the video once we're done with the broadcast, and we'll put it in the comments there so everybody can get access to that. And yeah, we had one last question come in. So they said that you have a lot of Kindle books in your bucket. Give us some of your best recommendations to read.
Atomic Habits, I think was the name of it. That was a really good book in terms of like how your habits and small habits make huge changes. I'd have to look. I do a lot of reading, so and that's why they're getting these. Because I highlight something, and now that I'm getting the digest, it's great because it reminds me. And sometimes I go back and read the whole book again, and other times it's exactly what I needed to see. But Atomic Habits was definitely one of the amazing books. I'd have to look because I have so many favorite books. I read
absolutely. We can definitely do a whole other webinar on just your Kindle highlights and your motivation.
And that's only the ones with the highlights. I probably have 3,000 books.
Yeah. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I think we have covered everything, and thank you guys for joining in from all over the world. And to all the PitchGrounders and all you guys tuning in, asking in your questions and your comments, we love all the engagement that you guys keep showing us. And again, for the founding team, you guys were amazing. Thank you so much for joining in today for the presentation, taking us through the entire product, and looking forward to doing some crazy stuff together, guys.
We'd like as a team to just thank PitchGround and yourself, for everything.
Absolutely.
It's the best team I've ever worked with an outside team to care as much as you guys do is really, really impressive. Really.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It really means a lot, and I think you've made my day, or I would say our night over here. So I can sleep peacefully knowing that you guys. It's been amazing, and yeah. Anybody else, if you got any questions, you can always ask us anytime over here at the PitchGround family or the Swipe Bucket family. We're always here to answer your questions. And thank you guys for joining in. It's been a pleasure. It's been amazing.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.